Welcome to Electrified. My name is Dylan Loomis, and in this episode, we're going to cover some recent Tesla news. We'll start off with the report of Giga Nevada getting another battery production line, with Panasonic set to invest another $100 million. This report comes from the Nikkei, a business publication in Japan that has followed Panasonic closely. They said, quote, "The investment will be made in Gigafactory 1, a battery plant in the US state of Nevada with 13 production lines. Panasonic will add another line, increasing capacity by 10% to 39 gigawatt hours per year. Panasonic is also upgrading the batteries being produced at the Gigafactory, raising each battery storage capacity by 5%, starting in September." End quote. If we recall, Battery Investor Day is also set to take place September 22nd. There are two ways to look at a storage capacity upgrade of 5%. The standard range Model 3 could in theory go from 250 miles of EPA range to 262.5 miles, or Tesla could maintain the same EPA ranges and use 5% less cells in the packs, reducing costs and weight. Of course, this would require a pack construction change, so the more likely scenario is that this 5% capacity upgrade would indeed improve the EPA ranges. The Nikkei also reported that the plant capacity will increase about 10% to 39 gigawatt hours per year. 54 gigawatt hours per year was reported earlier in December of 2019, but that was seemingly a statement of capacity and potential, not one of concrete plans. This comes just a few weeks after Panasonic said that Tesla's 2170 battery cells produced at Giga Nevada would get a 20% energy density increase over the next 5 years. With it becoming widely known that Tesla has plans to begin manufacturing their own in-house batteries via their Roadrunner project, Panasonic will of course do what they can to remain relevant and competitive to maintain their lucrative partnership with Tesla. A win-win. And real quick, if we assume the average Tesla battery pack size is 85 kilowatt hours, that would mean a 39 gigawatt hour per year plant can make 39 million kilowatt hours of batteries, or enough to power 400,000 to 500,000 EVs per year. Moving into some Tesla Roadster news, Elon confirmed yesterday that the Roadster wheels will only have one nut. This has been referred to as center lock wheels, which are primarily used in race cars and some high-performance sports cars. Instead of using the traditional 4 or 5 nut configuration to lock the wheel, a center lock wheel only uses a single large hex nut, to which Elon gracefully added, yes, it will have huge nuts. This one nut approach is typically beneficial for how quickly you can remove it at a pit stop, but it also allows more room in the hub for larger brake pads. Some other cars you may recognize that take this approach are the Porsche Carrera GT and the Lamborghini Aventador SV. In case you've forgotten, the Roadster is said to go 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds, have 620 miles of range, and will be powered by 3 electric motors. It was originally intended to enter production this year, but now the soonest we can hope for is sometime in 2021. I'd like to take a quick moment to remind us all why the Tesla news about Dojo and the Hardware 4 chip being in the works are so important. This is the vertical integration theme playing out that us Tesla fans have been clamoring about for years. Pair this with Tesla's non-stop iteration, and you can easily make the case for why Tesla is going to dominate this market for years and years to come. They already have one of the best chips in the world with Hardware 3 that was reportedly fully capable of handling full self-driving. This chip that was famously developed in-house instead of using NVIDIA's Xavier and Pegasus options already put them years ahead of the competition. This chip was built specifically for Tesla's full self-driving architecture, and yet here they are working fervently on Hardware 4. They have the best software and hardware engineers in the industry, and if not all of them, with the departure of people like Jim Keller, after serving his role, at least a very strong percentage of the world's top talent. Their entire corporate culture is one of full steam ahead innovation. Elon understands that the moment you begin to settle or believe something is good enough, even though in reality a lot of what they're doing is indeed good enough, your competitive advantages will begin to wane. All of these other OEMs are playing checkers and playing it rather poorly, while Tesla is out here playing a masterful game of chess with laser-like focus. They know that the game is battery technology, scaling, and manufacturing prowess by using the world's cutting-edge software technology. They are executing and iterating while all other OEMs are stuck in the mud, buying generic chips and implementing third-party software that they will not only pay premiums for, but have to continually outsource as they don't have the talent or know-how to be competitive in the software space. More people are finally starting to realize this, and for me, it's been quite a privilege to watch this all unfold over the last 10 years. Thanks for letting me go on this quick rant. Back to the news, Veda Prime reported that there were 226 Tesla superchargers found heading to Europe. They later said that the source was the Bill of Ladings. A Bill of Lading is a required document to move a freight shipment. The Bill of Lading, or BOL, works as a receipt of freight services, a contract between a freight carrier and a shipper, and a document of title. The Bill of Lading is a legally binding document providing the driver and the carrier all the details needed to process the freight shipment and invoice it correctly. With local production set to ramp up next year at Giga Berlin, Tesla is getting ahead of the future demand increase for superchargers. Moving to Tesla Insurance, Tesla is bringing its insurance product outside of the US and California and into China. Gasgoo Automotive said, quote, US EV maker Tesla has founded in China an insurance brokerage that involves a registered capital of $7.2 million, according to the China's National Enterprise Credit Information Publicity System. It is wholly held by Tesla Motors Hong Kong Limited, according to the public registration records. If you recall from Tesla's Q2 conference call, Zach Kirkhorn, Tesla's CFO, said they wanted to harness the data from its telematics on its cars and drivers before expanding Tesla Insurance outside of California. He said, quote, "Where we want to get to with Tesla Insurance is to be able to use the data that's captured in the car, in the driving profile of the person in the car, to be able to assess correlations and probabilities of crash, and then to be able to assess a premium on a monthly basis for that customer. We hope to be filing that in a handful of states with regulators very shortly. Assuming that regulatory approvals go smoothly, we hope to have this in a handful of states by the end of the year," end quote. Tesla donated 350 destination charging stations to Parks Canada, an agency of the Government of Canada run by a chief executive who answers to the Minister of the Environment and Climate Change. In May 2019, the Government of Canada committed to having charging station infrastructure at or near 25 of the most popular Park Canada places across the country by 2021 and would double the number of destinations offering this service to the 50 most popular places by 2025. Parks Canada has already met its 2021 goal and is well on its way to meeting the 2025 targets with the help of a Tesla donation of over 350 charging stations starting in 2019. As we know, Tesla has also been installing a supercharger network in Canada. The latest corridor opened at the beginning of this year, with Tesla charging stations covering the distance between Vancouver and Halifax. Tesla claimed half of them are V3 superchargers. However, at some remote locations in Canada, the maximum charging power appears to have been reduced to 72 kilowatts. At the recording of this episode, Tesla stock was trading relatively unchanged on the day, down 0.03%, trading at $1,886. That will wrap it up for today's episode of Tesla News. I hope this was informative for you. Please like the video if it was. It really does help the channel. Subscribe for more Tesla content, and I will see you guys in the next episode.